Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, you heard that there are still some people in the world who have not caved in to madness and cultural suicide. Recently, Moms for Liberty was honored at the 2023 Fox Nation Patriot Awards. Founders Tiffany Justice and Tina Deskovich spoke about the importance of America's godly heritage. Their website states, quote, "Our founders are Tiffany and Tina, moms on a mission to stoke the fires of liberty. As former school board members, they witnessed how short-sighted and destructive policies directly hurt children and families. Now they're using their first-hand knowledge and experience to unite parents who are ready to fight those that stand in the way of liberty." At the Fox Nation Patriot Awards, placards carrying sayings that conveyed a much-needed message included messages such as, "We do not co-parent with the government," "Stop woke indoctrination," "Equal rights are human rights." Now, what is their mission? Reading from the Moms for Liberty website, Moms for Liberty is dedicated to fighting for the survival of America by unifying, educating, and empowering parents to defend their parental rights at all levels of government, close quotes. And just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, you read an Associated Press release that states, quote, "Dutch election winner Geert Wilders is an anti-Islam firebrand, known as the Dutch Donald Trump." For several years, Wilders' views have been considered discriminatory and have been condemned. In 2007, Wilders sent a letter to a high-profile Dutch newspaper calling the Quran a fascist book. He said, and I quote him, "The Quran is the Mein Kampf of a religion that aims to eliminate others. Ban that dreadful book just as Mein Kampf is banned," close quotes. Wilders was prosecuted for inciting hatred and discrimination. He denied any wrongdoing. In 2011, he was acquitted, and his comments ruled acceptable within the context of public debate. Wilders also said, quote, "Islam is not a religion, it's an ideology, the ideology of a retarded culture," close quotes. Wilders said this in a 2008 interview. At the time, he was creating a short film titled Fitna, meaning strife. He sharply criticized the Quran and interspersed images of the September 11 attacks with quotations from the Quran. Fitna was published on the internet and sparked violent protest in the Muslim world. In February 2009, Wilders was refused entry into Britain to screen the film on the grounds of it being a threat to public order. Wilders, who denied any wrongdoing, appealed, and a court later said the decision was wrong. The Dutch public prosecutor decided statements made in it were hurtful and offensive to a large number of Muslims, but not punishable by law. Wilders is indeed a marked enemy of Islam. Attacking the Quran, ridiculing Islam, and leaving Islam are all offenses punishable by death. But now Geert Wilders has won an election. His next step may be Prime Minister of the Netherlands. Leaving Islam and criticizing Islam is really dangerous, something Ayaan Hirsi Ali, a Somali-born female who has sought asylum in the Netherlands, has found out. She's a gifted writer, speaker, and political activist. In 2004, Ali collaborated on a short film with Theo Van Gogh titled Submission. It was an honest depiction of the oppression of women under Sharia law. The release of the film quickly yielded death threats. Van Gogh was brutally murdered on a street in Amsterdam on November 2, 2004. The assailant, Mohamed Bouyeri, shot Van Gogh once from a distance and then at short range as the director lay wounded on the ground. He was already dead when Bouyeri cut his throat with a large knife and tried to decapitate him. Bouyeri left a letter pinned to Van Gogh's body with a small knife. The letter was a death threat to Ayaan Hirsi Ali. Ali left Islam to become an atheist. However, she quickly found atheism sadly wanting in answering the big questions of life. She has now publicly professed to be a Christian. She encourages Muslim women to turn to Jesus Christ and find true freedom. She is strongly on the side of the Israelis in the current war in Gaza. Just when you thought things couldn't get any worse and Islam was going to freely take over Western Europe, Geert Wilders wins an important election in the Netherlands that puts him on a track to become the Dutch Prime Minister. And Ayaan Hirsi Ali professes to believe in the tenets of Christianity and telling Muslim women that they will find true freedom in Jesus Christ. Now, what about South America? Pretty well gone, isn't it? But just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, you read a CNN headline that states far-right outsider Javier Milei wins Argentina's presidency. Following his election victory, Milei told a local radio station that he will visit the U.S. and Israel before his inauguration in December. Milei, a social conservative with ties to the American right, opposes abortion rights and has called climate change a, quote, lie of socialism. He has promised to slash government spending by closing Argentina's ministries of culture, education, and diversity, and by eliminating public subsidies. When right-wing populist Javier Milei became Argentina's president-elect, he dedicated his victory to the boss. That's the nickname Milei uses for his enigmatic sister, Corina Milei. She is the most important of a trio of influential women surrounding the fiery outsider, the man who suddenly shot to the presidency of South America's second largest economy. Things were going fast in the wrong way, but now there is pushback, a lot of pushback. Yes, there is still much evil in the world, but there are also many people who are fed up with the social insanity seemingly taking over. Jesus could come at any moment. It's called the rapture. This is not the time to give up or to give in. Satan is a defeated foe. He doesn't want us to believe that, but it is true. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. The doors of opportunity are opening wide. People are becoming critical of progressivism and all its madness. The battle is certainly not over, but we see a collective awakening all over the world. In Acts 2:17 we read, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith God, I will pour out of my Spirit upon all flesh." Verse 21 adds, "And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved." Dear friend, have you called on the name of the Lord? And if you are a Christian, are you preaching the gospel and sharing the good news of freedom and liberty in Jesus Christ?